Hello, guys, and welcome to the Guild 2 Renaissance. My name is Atofose, and I had a video that I made a while back, actually, and it was a tutorial video, but I kind of wanted to revisit that and make a better and up-to-date one as well. So let's go ahead and get started. This first part's actually going to be covering pretty much how you first start the game. We have pretty point and simple. You got your maps here. You got the description of the maps and the background story, and you got your settings, and you can select how many years per round, the ambience, noise, and random events. Um, there is a patch out that kind of corrects the game, in my opinion. Whoops, sorry. And then basically what happens is the game itself is actually kind of broken for the random events and things like that, and it's really kind of annoying sometimes. But there's a fan patch that came out, which I will go ahead and link the forums in the description about that. So we're not actually going to get into any gameplay mechanics, but this is pretty much just going to be covering the characters. So you got your name and your last name up here, pretty simple, and you can select different classes. Now, classes, Patreon. Basically, what they do is they provide all the entertainment means, such as taverns, um, bakeries. I think they can do bakeries and other things as well. Like they pretty much just make the economy for food and entertainment purposes and things like that. Now, craftsmen, they're the ones that are going to craft like all the swords and bricks and statues and stuff like that in the game. They're pretty much late game. They can become very, very rich, basically, but they require on a lot of materials that are produced by the patron. Now, the scholar is like bankers and priests and things like that nature, kind of like medicine and things. Now, the scholar, I've realized that if I'm a scholar and I marry a patron, I could become very rich very quickly. And the way that's done is through actually being through a hospital, and I allow my patron to make a farm. And basically, I make all the materials necessary to sell fake medicine and go out and convince people that my medicine can cure them of all their needs. And I make a lot of money that way. Now, the rogue is very, very simple. The rogue can either be a quick moneymaker or it can be a slow moneymaker. But regardless of the way how fast you make the money, basically, they will be the most hated person, or you will be the most hated person in the world. So it doesn't matter what you do with that class. Now, gender doesn't really matter. You can just select whichever gender you want. Religion, I've come to find that certain religions like Catholic have a different perk over Protestant. Um, it's just the way that it really stands out is if you're the scholar class and you have certain different perks than what you would have if you were the other one. So, and those perks are just dependent on the churches and stuff like that. Like things you can do. Now, talents. This is a really long one that I want to spend a lot of time on. So Constitution is it allows you to have life points and number of inventory slots. This is really important, especially if you're a patron that owns a farm when you first start, or you're a rogue, so you can carry more stuff around with you when you rob people and plunder their buildings. Dexterity allows you to move faster on the map. It also allows you to dodge, pickpocket, burglary, and dodging in a duel. This is important kind of in the middle game when you start fighting a lot. But if you are a rogue and you are considering doing a ambush camp or a camp that ambushes carts, such as waylaying, you'll need to get dexterity. That way you don't get hit very often in the beginning, and then you can still dodge people and be more effective in combat. Charisma is really important for pretty much just favor, embracing, kissing, any kind of social interactions you do with anybody. It'll make you stronger in that particular field. Now, martial arts is really important for attacks. All it is just in battles and in duels. You just need that if you are a rogue or you're considering fighting a lot, which the other classes don't really fight a lot unless it's in self-defense. But yeah, some people can find it handy. Now, handicrafts is really important for all the other classes. Rogue doesn't really use it a whole lot. I'm aware that I think it's the Pirates Harbor or something like that. Has some crafting in it, but handicrafts is really not that important for a rogue. But the other classes is really important. Stealth is, it basically just conceals illegal actions. The less thing that you have against you, the better off you are, and the longer you can keep your head without getting executed in court. So now, in the event that you can't really conceal your actions, you can get I cannot speak today. Rhetoric. Sorry. This allows you to carry out better insults, threats, political meetings, trials, taunts, and duels and bribery. It allows you to do those kind of things, and empathy allows you to see through rhetoric. So if someone is using that skill, you can see through it by getting empathy. And bargaining is really important for patrons and craftsmen. Scholars can use it too, but scholars mainly you get their money by getting people to join their church or going to their hospitals. They don't really they don't really sell any merchandise really. Sometimes you do every now and then, but it's not really as effective. Rogues can find this effective because rogues actually steal from other people, and most of their stealing involves product, and in order to make money off that product, they have to sell it. So they'll have to take it to the market. So bargaining can be important for a rogue, but for the beginning levels, it's best to put like maybe a point, but that's pretty much it. Because you work with 500 experience points when you first start. So once you run out of experience points, you won't be able to unless you get in the game and start doing your class's actions in order to gain more XP. The last thing is Arcane Knowledge. It allows you to extend the length of all artifacts, and artifacts can be used again more quickly on a cooldown. So for this video, I'm pretty much just going to make a little mock character here. This is not going to be my actual character that I make at times, but you know, I like to put a lot of points in. I put 1 point in Constitution, 1 point Dexterity. I put 1 in Stealth, and I try to put Martial Arts at 3. Now, Zodiac Sign. This is the last thing I wanted to cover here since we were on skills. Depending on which one you select is going to depend on where the point goes. So, for instance, if I was a Leo, I would have a point in Martial Arts. And I'm a Rogue, so why not? So we're going to put 4 points in Martial Arts now. Okay? And this screen here, you pretty much just select how you want your character to look. It's very, very simple here. Not really needing an explanation. But for this video, I'm just going to make them like that. It'll work. So we're just going to load the game up here quickly. I'll show you what it's like inside the game and show you some basic controls.
A counting house is buying materials for building construction.
Okay, so now that we got our game loaded
Eliminate
up,
your competitors.
you know, the first thing you're going to do is you're always going to start at your house, and all the NPCs are pretty much just going to be running around scrambling to their positions from their spawn points. So from here, as you can see, we selected, I believe we are in, hang on, let's see, access map, there we go. So we're in Hamburg. That's our starting point. So pretty much the first thing that you want to do is, we are a rogue. So what we're going to do, we're going to decide how we want to do this. And in a later video, I'll go into more specifics of each class and their buildings and what they do and how to build them up. Quite well, actually. So we're just going to place a thief's house for now. It's pretty easy. All you do is just pickpocket things. And one thing that I like to do in the beginning is I like to go ahead and go to the counting house, or not the counting house, but the council palace.
My blade is sharp.
And I'm going to head there and get my first title. Now, titles, what they do is they allow you to build more buildings. So I just use my hotbar here to go quickly to a place, and you can double click on them. It'll automatically zoom you into each building you have. And as you obtain more buildings will appear here, so we can go directly to our robbers camp just by double clicking on it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to enter the building, so we're just going to double click on it, and then we can either do one or two things. We can either buy or purchase a title, So we're gonna have our character purchase title. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna click on your character up here in the top right hand corner and go down here to the green action bar. This is just action bars that allow you to do different things. So we're gonna click purchase title.
Greetings. A lovely spring morning, isn't it?
Okay, and the
So this pile goes
dialogue
here,
is
and a
not
quick
too good in this, so
notarization
something
of
that you
this
can do,
certificate. Now,
you can
what
press
can
the
I do for
escape
you?
button, and I believe you can actually click
Someone
on...
has spoken
No,
to you.
well, this
And you
didn't work.
title
But
of-
you can click on the text, and it'll actually skip the it'll skip the dialogue. And once your character actually purchases it, he'll go to a waypoint that's set after that, and it'll go here. And then yeah, we can pretty much leave at this point
new
because we
building has
already got our
been
title.
finished.
It does take some time to get the title, but another
Let
thing
it
that
be
you can
so.
do if you want to get a title pretty much very quickly, you can just click on it and then click on the purchase title tab. Now do remember that if you do this, the titles are more expensive because your character's not actually there. So it's best just to take the time to make your character go to the palace and purchase it. Okay, so we got our character. He's pretty much hanging out, chilling, and everything. And I think this guy's up to no good because our character caught him doing something. Oh, he's actually is not doing something good. He's actually looking at our house for some reason.
For the family!
So, alright, so another thing you can do, I just want to go into this to build a slight overview of how the buildings work. Basically, what you can do is if you click on a house or if you click on your work building, you got different kind of green actions here. You can improve it by building up its skill tree, and pretty much like productivity is something that you definitely want to get, or increasing employee skills, and also storage slots and things like that. You can sell the building, you can evacuate it, you can manage it, you can set it to where the AI does it for you, or you can hire people. So let's go ahead and hire our first person. And yeah, we do want a row, so it's going to cost us some gold to hire them. Now you can also hire bodyguards, which your bodyguards actually do different things. They're the ones that basically will do your no good, your spying, your protecting you, and making sure that you're okay, and things like that. So we went ahead and hired our first bodyguard, and here he
Where's
is.
the
So
rub?
just double click on him, so we can control him and everything now. And when you have him selected, you can actually go to the red tab here, and that's actually his hostile actions. He can rob somebody, he can escort, you can send patrol, he can kill someone, and he can capture a building and things like that. And,
For
you
fame
you
and
pretty much
honor.
have the same thing. You can your blue actions here are actions you can do with somebody. These are just like multiplayer kind of things. They're pretty cool actually. Some of these, they're not as effective, but they do work though in certain situations. And you also have your hostilities thing as well. You can bribe people, blackmail them, things like that. And you can access your inventory, which is what your character is holding.
For the family!
And for the last part of the character tutorial, I want to go ahead and bring in the fact that you can get items for them. So let's the main thing you want to do is you can always produce your own items, or you can steal them, or you can you can go to the market here and actually buy them legally,
plan.
I hope. But you can select the items. The character tab here will show you what your character is currently holding, and you can select different tabs to see what you have, which I know you guys are going, what, there's guns in this game? Yes, there are guns in this game with the fan patch that I spoke of earlier. So I will go ahead and post that in my description there box, and you can upgrade your game to this patch and check it out because it's really cool. So what I've done is I purchased a dagger and I dragged it here, so that means my character now has equipped a dagger. So his attack damage is going to go up now because of that. And you can purchase armor and clothing and things like
Child's
that.
play!
Now different things have different effects. But mainly the main thing you want to look at is if you have any questions about a particular item, just right click on it and it will tell you exactly what it does. So iron bracers they protect you from damage, so obviously those are armor, and you would equip it right here on your character. Now if there's certain things like makeup and things like that that your character needs to carry, you got to put it in this empty box here, which more of those will open up as you improve his improve his health and things like that. So got a lot of resources here and things like that. You can see different effects, like for instance mead, if you drink it, it allows healing effects and cures illnesses and injuries. So different things had different buffs on them, so they're pretty neat, pretty cool. Now I think that's pretty much it for the character tutorial. There's not really much else to talk about as far as a character goes, other than you know, just courting someone. So something you can do is you can click on the little important units button over here and go to best candidates, and then you can right click on them to see who would be the best candidate for you, and pretty much you just right click and hold, and then you can see what class they are, what level they are, what their skills are. But the best thing you want to do, find a character that is your class that you want to marry. Like for a rogue, I probably want to marry a craftswoman because she can create weapons for me and my rogue army. Or a patron. Patron's also good too. They can make money for you, but craftswoman is always the best. So you can double click on her, see where she's at, she's standing right there. So what we're going to do is we can click on our character, go to court someone, and then select a courter. You can see more information about how you can get her really quick just by reading the screen and then pressing OK, which apparently she has died for some reason. I don't freaking know. Black Death and stuff. But never mind, she's dead now. So our character is now going to be forever alone.
Let it be so.
It seems like my luck in women is also reflecting upon
For
the game.
fame and
No, I'm
honor.
just kidding. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, that normally doesn't happen, but as you can tell, this game is not absolutely perfect, but it is a pretty fun game to play if you are into making money and just living a medieval lifestyle. Alright, well, I think I've covered everything character-wise in the game. Our guy's looking kind of mad for some reason. But if you have any further questions on this tutorial, you can always post in the comments below, and I will answer them as quick as I can. And if anyone has any requests on some kind of tutorial, then I can make those as well. But for instance, this is just going to be a character development tutorial, and in the next video, I will have more specific building tutorials, how to place buildings, as well as class-specific buildings, and going into explanations about how those work. Alright guys, so tune in to the next video, and thank you for watching, and you have a wonderful day.